Friends, I've been waiting 4 months to go back and get this knife right here, and I'm excited to show it to you. See, this all started back in November when I did my Ace Hardware search for rare case knives at Ace Hardware's across Florida. That's the video that started my One Angry Kid slogan. In this video, I went across Florida and went to different Ace Hardware stores, and one of them was in Lake Placid, home of where they made the movie where the alligator ate all the people. Well, there I found this WW Lumber Ace Hardware. It looked like it had been there a long time. And they had a couple case knives displays in there, and I videotaped them. When I got home, I was looking at the video, and I saw this large sod buster in there. And I just went back and got it 4 months later. I'm anxious to show it to you. But first, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it to any of your friends that like knives and content like this. It's what keeps the channel going. Thank you. Now, this is not the knife that you see in the display, because that knife was not peach. It was just faded out because the sun had been beating on it for 3 years. Where they had the case located was right in the sunway in the door. So this one here, this orange synthetic smooth sod buster, number 4138SS, which was made 6/8 of 2021. This one was still in the case, but we had to search for it for quite a while. 3 different people came out and searched through about 4 different places, and they finally found this knife. And man, I was so lucky to get it. I paid $52.99 out the door. All right, here's a little flyer. Kyle Lamb Hunter, case copper lock. All right, so it's a little different flyer. That looks like a nice little fixed blade there. And what we got back here? Okay, nothing really exciting. All right, back to this knife. So I obviously already opened it, and I held onto this thing all the way home for a 2-hour drive. And I love it. This orange, you know I love orange knives to begin with. But this is my first large sod buster, and I am really impressed with it. I got a bunch of the small juniors and all different kinds of jig bone, and they're real pretty. This one's just a nylon handle and this orange. But let me tell you, it is a nice size knife. I wear 2 extra large gloves, so my big old meat eater hands, they got plenty of traction on this thing. And I just think it's a good looking knife. It's a good shape. And I think it's just super cool. They did a nice job on the blade. Look how nice and polished it is. And let's wipe it off here. Take a look at the tang stamps. USA 4138 stainless steel on that side. Look how nice and clean that stamp is. And then the case XX on the back. Huh? Nice and clean. Good job. The polishing job's real nice on it. The nail nick is nice and defined. And now there's a few defects. See how it's got a little gap right here? Well, even the faded one out in the display had that same little gap right there. See it right there in between the liner and the blade? But it's smooth. You don't feel any hot spots anywhere on it. The rivets are perfectly smooth. They're not raised or anything. And the knife has a good walk and talk, or whatever you want to call it. There is no half stop on this. But it's centered well and everything. And it's just a nice feeling knife. I would imagine that this handle here is probably some kind of nylon. You know. But you can't open it one-handed, but you can close it one-handed. And I like it because it has this little choil right here. See that? For a slip joint, that's real handy. It gives you a little extra measure of safety, because you grab it up here, it's not going to close on you. If you grab it further down, it will, but if you grab it up here nice and tight, you don't have to worry about that blade closing on you. Look, it's even got a little sharpening choil right here. Nice defined one. Pretty cool, don't you think? I love it. Alright, so what else? Got a nice belly to the blade. And that's nice nowadays. A lot of the modern knives don't have that nice belly, and that makes it good for skinning and processing, that belly like that. Alright, so let's move this, and let's break out a little bit of my One Angry Kid knife oil. Let's put that on there. I don't know if it's going to do a whole lot to that nylon handle. It might shine it up a little bit, but these case knives come a little dry, so we'll coat it down first with some of this, and then we'll put a little bit of there in a pivot joint, and that knife will be good to go for a while. We won't have to worry about it. Now, if you want to get this One Angry Kid knife oil, you can go to my website, oneangrykid.com. I have it there. You can get it PayPal or Visa, MasterCard, whatever you want to do. But oneangrykid.com, all one word, oneangrykid.com. Alright, so that's how I pay the bills. Okay, so back to this knife review. Alright, so wipe this off. I don't know, I think it looks a little better. Alright, nice and smooth in there. Feeling good, feeling good. Alright, so let me show you this. See that right there, that choil? That's the other handy part of it. See how when I close it, it hits my finger there and not on the blade, so I don't have to worry about cutting myself when I close it. So that's another nice part of this knife. Alright, so let's put this away, and we are going to do some specs on the knife. So what do we have? We have a sharpened blade length of 3 inches, maybe 3 1/16, somewhere in there, and a total blade length of 3.5. Looks like it's pretty much right on the dot there, 3.5. Alright, so the overall length of the whole knife is 8 1/4. Yep, just maybe a hair over, 8 1/4. Alright, let's do a close length here. Let's see what we got. Alright. We'll call it 4 5/8, I think. That's what it's going to be at. Alright, so next, let's go ahead and do the knife comparison. Now I'm moving, so the only knife I have is the pair of 2. That's it. I kept that one knife out, everything else went in the boxes because I'm moving back to Tampa. So anyway, pair of 2 has been the standard all along anyway, and that's going to be my EDC right now. So the only 2 knives I have handy is this orange Sod Buster and the pair of 2. So, alright, so the Sod Buster doesn't have a pocket clip, and you have to take 2 hands to open, where the pair of 2, 1 hand to open. So pair wins that. But they're very close in length. The Sod Buster's actually a little bit longer blade, about 3/16 or so, almost a 1/4 inch longer in blade, and it's got that nice belly where the Spyderco doesn't. That's one thing Spydercos don't have. They don't have that nice belly, especially in their military series. Sod Buster's going to beat it out there with that belly, because that belly's going to come in handy for so many tasks. Alright, now that Sod Buster only weighs in at 3.35 ounces. It's actually lighter than the pair of 2, which weighs in at 3.52 ounces, the way I have it configured here. So Soddy wins that part too. Spyderco's probably got a little better steel, but let's see how this case stainless came from the factory. Oh, much better than a couple of the most recent ones. It's got a nice working edge from the factory. Not perfect, but you know what? That gets a pass, because that's not too bad for a factory edge. But I do have a leather strop here. It's not my good one. It's an older one I was fixing to throw out. But I think it's still good enough to to work. So I'm going to go ahead and, this compound's half dried up on here, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot, see if I can dress this up a little bit. So don't make fun of me. This dried up old strop here with all kinds of cuts in it. Now I'm also speeding this up so you don't have to sit there and watch me for 5 minutes drop a knife. So I don't usually go this fast. It's just I took the video and sped it up a little bit to make it a little bit more entertaining for you. Alright, so I should have just skipped that rough side. I went straight to this side. Probably would have been all I needed to do. Alright, knife will tell you when it's ready. Don't push down, more pull it on the leather. Alright, how'd it do? Let's see, here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. Alright, Case. This is one winner right here. I think this is the best deal. And the happiest I've been. Look at that. With Case in a long time. This blade, you see, that's all I did was I put it on that leather strap. Look at this thing. It's going to town. Alright, so let's clean this up. Now, I have started my online store, oneangrykid.com. I have my knife oil on there, but I'm fixing to put a bunch more stuff on there, so keep an eye on that. I'll let you know as I post more stuff. Either way, hey, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to view my my video here, and if you would, just please share it to your friends, like it. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But other than that, like I said, thanks for viewing the video, and you have a good one. Be safe.